on the recording.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for waiting. Sorry about this. I'm a little bit, I'm not a top gadget person here. It's a little bit of challenge by it. Oh, okay. So I'm here to talk about exercise and Parkinson's disease, how important it is, but I'm going to tell you what can we do to get the maximum out of it, right? What you need to watch out for that we don't often talk about. Okay, so optimizing mobility, function, quality of life to understand on and off states. Okay. When I work for both Centera and EVMS as well. And per Wendy's request, I'm wearing this. And next year, I'm going to be playing pickleball. Okay, so this is I always love to start with, I don't have any choice whether or not I have Parkinson's disease, but surrounding that non-choice, a million others. And that's what I want to emphasize. A lot of choices, options we have. It's not like back in the 1960s when the choices were limited to one particular type of medicine. Okay, but now we have a lot of advanced therapies, including even the surgical management. But that needs to happen in a timely manner, because if you miss it, that opportunity, you can't have it back. Okay. Yeah. So how many, you already know, right? A million, good million is affected by 2000, what is it, 50? We're gonna have about 2 million in the US and 25 million worldwide. It's a huge number growing. Why is that? Because we actually live longer. And this is a diagnosis that's made often after age, like 60, mid 60. That's a general average. But yes, we do have some young onset Parkinson's disease, but that's not the most common ones. And often it is always, what is it due to? It's environment. We don't know exactly what it causes. Yes, we have a familiar form, genetic form, but that's not the predominant one. Predominantly, it's idiopathic. And we think that it's influenced by all the toxins in our environment. Okay. Yeah. Next one. Yep. So why exercise matters in Parkinson's? Because it helps improve with the gait, balance, flexibility, and strength, right? The gait. So the patients always ask me, is there any medicine that can improve the gait? I actually don't have the medicine, unfortunately. The best thing is, I know it's a done it. Why is that? But with the medicine, we could be in good on state, and you try to maintain the balance, teaching your brain. Okay, I am not as good as I used to be in my 20s, 30s, or pre-Parkinson's, but here's a brain I have. Now we're going to actually create a new path for me. And that's why we call it neuroplasticity, meaning if that one road is blocked, the brain is so great at it, it creates another path. And that's why even with the stroke patients, the recovery rate, remember the stroke, they look horrible. They can't talk, they can't walk. And then over time, with the rehabilitation and exercise programs, they actually get better, right? Compared to those people who sit down and do nothing, absolutely thinking that I'm afraid of fall, I don't want to get out of my house. That does not help you at all. So I always say you have to stay active, okay? Improve also motor functions and then independence. Why is that? The more you exercise, you actually maintain the muscles, and also your endorphins go up, all the serotonin, all the good ones, and it helps you sleep better. So not only motor symptoms, it also helps you with the non-motor symptoms as well. Okay, so for some mood. Okay. And then regular exercise is good, not just coming once a week, but it's more of a regular, daily. A little bit of exercise a daily half an hour is better than having one exercise, doing for intensive exercise for 2 hours during the week, thinking that I'm going to make up for it. And then what you do is you work so much to a point you're like, oh, next day I'm so tired, I don't want to get up. Okay, that's not good. I'd rather have you do half an hour, 45 minutes, and to exercise, yeah, for every day than not doing it. And that's why I said, when you come here, if you're too exhausted, right? Let's say you do half an hour. Okay, I need a break. Tell Wendy, hey, Wendy, I need a break. And I just rest a little bit. Or maybe
that a few times.
Or maybe she pushes you. But if you push to a point, it's a good thing that you push yourself. but the next day, examine, assess yourself. Can I still go back and exercise that much of level? Or am I too exhausted that I just want to rest? Okay. If you end up skipping a class, then I don't want that. I'd rather have you rest during the class and then the next day come in and not skip a class. Okay. Yeah, that's good. I don't want you to every day you come to class. All right. And high intensity aerobic exercise is good if you're able to tolerate it. Okay. If you're doing high intensity, next thing I know is you're about to collapse. That's not what I want you to do. Okay. So monitor it and see, okay, can I tolerate it and push it? But at the same time, if you're about to collapse, I'm going to have fall or dizziness. That's not where you want to be. Okay. So close monitoring really good. And that's why it's good to come to the class here because she's monitoring very close because it's a small group, right? Isn't it? Right. It's not like you're out in a big gym area where you're not under close supervision. You need to be in a close supervision to optimize it. Yeah, optimize your time being here, make the most of it. Okay. And then consistent, I already talked about it, multidisciplinary approach, which means trying to do the exercise and plus the stretching. And then when did you also incorporate a little bit of kind of calming it together? Like
I
breathing?
try.
Okay.
We do.
Yeah,
For some people
breathing
that,
exercise,
yeah, we need to definitely need to focus on that more because
Yeah.
some people they kind of do that. So I just kind of reinforce them. I think if they're here,
Focus on what?
breathing.
Breathing exercise, kind of focusing it. Yeah,
We
when
have
you
one
think
like-
that you're getting anxious, like I'm wearing up, just calm down
Like
and
I like to
yeah.
say like reset. Let's
Yeah,
reset.
just resetting. Okay, yeah, that's important. Okay. Okay, such as the types of exercise that I recommend, walking, if you're able to bicycle, it's good in a safe manner. Meaning, do you see that how Parkinson's patients, they have a difficulty walking, all of a sudden they're on the bike and then they're able to do this, right? Why is that? Because it's a routine, the rhythm. It's the rhythm that's gonna get you. And that's why I say, when you have a freezing of a gait, anybody who experiences like freezing, what do I say? I say, have that metronome, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever that works, have that metronome. So then that actually gets you going. It's that rhythm. Okay. If you think that you're gonna get stuck walking through the door, any narrow passages, then you start having that metronome. 1, 2, 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So automatically you can go into that mode. And then the body is gonna kind of go with it. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. All right, the step and then flexibility, Tai Chi is good, yoga, if you like little ballroom dance. I know some patients like the ballroom dance. You can also engage in it, make sure everything is happening in a safe environment, that somebody is there and knows about the Parkinson's disease, who's aware of it, okay? Yeah, okay. So as you all know, the motor symptoms, and I'm here to talk about the on and off state as well. So you already know you have the tremor, rigidity, right? Slow movement and postural instability, right? You're just off, feeling like, okay, I can't quite catch myself if I don't pick up my feet. So that's why we emphasize on picking up your feet, marching. Pick it up. Don't drag it because you tend to drag your feet, either the forefoot or the heels, right? So you just have to know yourself. So picking up your feet high enough so then you can actually, if there's any blocks or the steppage, then you can actually come out about it. Okay. Okay. Understanding on and off state. So on state, medications are working, right? You feel good, right? Does everybody understand on state, the caregivers? Yeah. Do you all recognize that I'm in on state and then does the spouse also agree with you? You're in on state, you're good, we're ready to go out and do some activities, yes? Show me some hands. Yes? Do we all understand?
Explain the on state, on state again.
On state means the medication is taken and then it depends. Some patients, the medication start working in half an hour. Sometimes it takes an hour. Okay. So, and then you feel like, oh, now I can do more activities. Do you ever get to that? And then when the medications wears off, everybody's different. Sometimes some patients' medications wears off in 90 minutes. Some patients last 3 hours, 4 hours, depends on what medicines you're on, where you are in progression of the Parkinson's disease. So that means the medication, you notice a difference when the medication is working. Yes? Does everybody have that on state? Is there somebody who does not quite have that on state? You don't understand. So you never experience state coming on. You're like, I feel good.
I take the medicine 3 times a day, but I don't feel the difference before or after.
Oh,
Same here.
And I would say same for me.
okay. So that means either your medication is either there's a various factors, right? If you had eaten, take the medicine, sometimes it prevents absorption, so you're not getting a full effect. Or sometimes you're underdosed for that reason. Or the last thing I question is, do you have the right diagnosis? With the Parkinson's disease, the proteins with the carbidopa levodopa, okay? When the medicine is working, you take the medicine, you notice the difference. You don't have to micro-examine it. You just feel good. You just get, okay, I can do things. And when the medications wear off, oh, I can't do anything. I'm moving slower. I'm falling more. Like you would literally say, when is my next time that I can take this medicine? That's what it happens when you start wearing off. Yeah. So you have to kind of ask, do I have the right diagnosis? Do I actually, am taking enough, sufficient amount of medicine to give me that kick in? Yeah.
I noticed with tremor dominant, it doesn't seem like the medication works as well on tremors.
Yes, the tremors, the medications are a little bit more resistant. Yeah. And that's why we can talk about some other forms of management as well, if you're especially bothered by the rest tremors. Okay. Symptoms is slowness, stiffness, freezing, fatigue, and anxiety. When you're wearing off, you feel more tired. You don't want to exercise. You become more anxious, right? And also you're afraid of falling. You're saying, I think I'm going to fall. I don't want to move or rest. But exercise performance and safety can change between the states. So I want to make sure that you're in an on state and doing an exercise, not in your off state or closing to the end of the dose where you know I'm going to wear off. Okay. So these are, again, emphasizing a wearing off, reduce stride length. Your stride become shorter. That means, what do we call it? You hear that a lot. I even say patients telling me.
Freezing.
Freezing plus what do we have?
Shuffling.
Shuffling, yes. You become, yes. Okay, and then your toes start noticing, toes start curl. Do you notice that too? Toes curl. But sometimes it could be also due to the medications as well. So that needs to be recognized. And that could be something that we can do about it, such through botulinum toxin injection. So then your toes are not curling as much as. So then they're a little bit more relaxed. So then when you exercise, you have a good grip of the ground instead of walking on your curled toes. Okay. And then fatigue, anxiety, and then you have the sweating, and then difficulty maintaining coordination. Okay. And concentration as well. All right. Why is it on state important? Is because it reduces the risk of falls and it actually protects you, allows you better movement of the quality. You're able to enjoy your exercise without feeling fatigue. Okay. And then you can actually engage in more high intensity. Wendy said, come on, let's go. You go, I think I'm wearing off. I can't, does she know that I'm wearing off? Like, what is she talking about? So you want to be like, yes, I'm on. I got this. You want to be that. And then it gives you improved confidence because there is no fear of kind of saying, oh, I think I'm going to fall. You don't have that fear, right? You don't have that anxiety state. You don't have anxiousness. So you want that, have that confidence. You're like, oh, I got this. I'm like, Wendy's probably there, like, come on, let's go. She's like, yeah, right? Listen, like, come on, it's like a sergeant, drill sergeant. So you want to be there, I'm like, yes, I got this, right? Instead of saying, I think I'm gonna fall, but I don't want to tell her because I don't want her to think that I'm weak. We don't want that. I want you to communicate openly with Wendy, so then she can also modify it. We can come up with it and then keep you on the on state.
Okay, and I'll give you some tips what to do. Okay, how to schedule around the exercise around the medication. So which means you have to know when your on time is. Does everybody know how long it takes for the medications to kick in? Yes? Yeah,
It
Okay.
varies, but
yeah. Does it vary every day?
Sometimes it takes a half an hour and she can start to feel better than other times it's an hour.
Yeah. So, yeah, in this case, then if you don't know if you don't exactly know when it kicks in, when it wears off, and then also whether it happens, it's a variable or not, I always tell my patients to carry extra carbidopa levodopa. Is everybody, all the patients with the Parkinson's disease, are you all on carbidopa levodopa?
Yeah.
Yes. You're not?
I-
Yes,
We are.
right? All of you, right? Raise your hands. Yeah, is that correct? Yeah. If you are, yes, please carry them. Have it in your pocket. You should have a little keychain, whatever, so then when you're here, you don't have to run outside, but instead you're here, be able to access that. At least one time, yes. And have that with you.
So they
Okay.
can take one, if
Yeah.
they're every 3 hours and they're kind of off, they can take one while they're here. In
There are-
between?
No, you can
Okay.
take extra. I'm gonna tell you to take extra half tablet, okay? And then you go on, take your regular one. But if you're wearing off too soon, but that's when you're wearing off when you're exercising. When you exercise something intense, sometimes you wear off a little bit faster, okay? Yeah. But on a regular day, you're like, oh no, I'm good. I'm not wearing off. My medications go hand in hand. Like I'm about to wear off, then I take medicine, I'm good. You're smooth, then you don't have to adjust the schedule. Okay, but if you're consistent, I'm always wearing off in 3 hours. Somehow doctor schedule me to take every 4 hours. I'm always waiting for 1 hour. I come to Wendy's class and say, wow, I have to wait an hour before I take the next one. In that case, I ask you to take it the next dose an hour early. Okay, do you see that when you're exercising? See, I give you a little recipe here.
That's
Good, right? Without having to come and see me, all of you. Yeah. Okay.
Question,
Uh-huh.
I take it 3 times a day, but I don't feel a significant difference. I feel a little bit of less stiffness when I take it. But everything else is about the same. My neurologist told me I could increase to 2 times,
Mhm.
2 pills 3 times a day.
Mhm.
Is that okay?
Remember, I'm not your physician. So I can't. Yeah, well, I think if you don't have the side effects, if he says, yeah, go ahead and increase it, you can try it for yourself. But remember, when you take that medicine, increase it, what happens? You have the experience side effects. Especially sometimes they experience fatigue, sometimes your blood pressure comes down, right? Or sometimes you might have a dyskinesia so severe that it could interfere with it, right? So this is a very like, each one of you should be getting individualized plan.
Yeah.
Meaning discuss with your neurologist, kind of giving a plan. When you exercise, you can actually go ahead and take a little bit extra.
Okay.
When you exercise, you can move up the time a little bit. You can do that. But my advice was general, but knowing that your medications exactly wears off an hour, then you can kind of go ahead and do that. But I think half tablet is okay to do it just to give you that little boost. Okay. Yeah. Like you're towards the end of it, you're relaxing, but you already know that you're wearing off. It takes half an hour to go home. Don't go home in the off state. Okay. Don't go home because by the time you go home, try to take the medicine, here goes another half an hour. So how long is that each day? An hour wasted. 30 days in a month? It's a whole full day. And if you're thinking about like when you're awake time, that's like 2 full days easily, right? We're awake for what, good 16 hours, right? Isn't it? Or 12 hours, let's say. Yeah, you're losing that 2 days, 1 to 2 days of your lifetime. Then imagine whole year. It's like whole week, 2 weeks. Do you want to lose that 2 weeks? No. So that's why I said it's precious time. Yeah, especially you work so hard, you retire, and then you have this disease. You're like, what the heck did I do wrong? Right? It's like, whoa, why? I was gonna enjoy my life. travel and do all the great things. And now I have this. So I don't want you to feel like it sucks. No, this is a chronic disease. We're going to say we're going to optimize it and manage really well so you can continue to enjoy your family, see your grandkids, and do all of this, right? Yeah, that's why I say communicate with your neurologist. That's why I tell my patients, like, come, talk to me. Tell me all your problems. Tell me all. I'm here to listen. And whatever I can do to help you, that's how I am. You said, I want to go on a cruise. Help me prepare for that. Okay. And now I might say, Wendy, we're going to work on these patients. We're going to do better. And that's why I came here to talk, because Wendy and I want to develop a very close relationships so then we can really have you live a life and instead of complaining to say, oh, it sucks that I have this. No, it's a chronic, it's just like diabetic patients. Are you going to tell them it sucks? Aren't you diabetic? No, right? Yeah, they have a lot more complications actually too. Yeah, so I think if we optimize it, trying to get there to improve your quality of life, and that's what we're going to do. And we have so many options today. And let's not miss that opportunity getting the advanced therapy option. Okay. All right. So preparing for the off, carry the medications, right? Bring rescue medicine. What does that mean? Some doctors say your rescue medicine is carbidopa cinnamon. Some say take the Inbrija inhalant one. Some say Apokyn injectable one. Everybody's different. Okay. I don't know what you're prescribed. So take those as rescue because why is it considered rescue? Because they kick in fast. So we say it's rescue medicine. It's not a regular, you take it as needed. Okay. And avoid exercising alone when you have unpredictable off state. That's why it's good to come to Wendy's class because you're not alone, right? Not everybody, gym instructors, everybody's familiar with the Parkinson's patients. They think that we should be walking normally, old patient. When you walk slow, they're like, oh, why is that slow? They don't quite understand. They don't have the expertise. They have not have experience working, particularly with Parkinson's patients. So come here, so don't exercise alone, okay? And then planned rest breaks, okay? And safety seating. Wendy, do we have that?
Yes.
Okay. I'm coming down on her.
If y'all tell otherwise, I'm gonna get you.
Okay. Plan the rest break. Like, it's really like, if you think, oh, I think I'm gonna fall, I don't feel comfortable, just tell Wendy. Just that doesn't mean that half an hour you rest and don't do exercise. Even sitting, you can find something, imitate it while you're doing it. And then Wendy can give you that.
Don't go to your car and sit there while we're in
Yes.
class.
Mm-mm.
I won't name any names.
Yeah. Please stay inside because guess what the brain does? Oh, it was hard. I escaped. Now I'm in a car. If we build that routine, habits, the brain loves it. So you just rewarded your brain with that little dopamine to say, it's hard. I can escape. And Wendy doesn't say anything to get me back. I can stay and then, the time is up. Now I can go home. I don't do that. You have to push through it. For example, like I do a hot yoga. So when it's hot, you feel like, oh, I'm going to die. You still stay there. You don't have to exercise. You stay there still in that environment. Once you get the feel of that hot, cool air, brain loves it. So whenever you get to reach that level, it wants to give up because what you're going to do is that you're rewarding it by giving them an escape. You leave, right? So we don't want that. You stay here and work. You're sitting. You could still do it. Pretend. You don't have the punch bag. You can still pretend it. Do all the exercise. You can do some stretching. Okay. But don't leave the class. Promise?
Yeah.
Nobody's going to the cars anymore. Okay, you're going to take a break in that one day. Okay. So why is that there's a therapeutic challenges in progressive Parkinson's disease? Okay. Because we continue to lose the dopamine, the neurons. Okay. So then we have a less storage of the dopamine in the brain, right? And then it becomes more difficult to control because we lose more. That's why we have to give you more. Not because you develop resistance to the medicine. It's just that you have a less storage. Okay. You will continue to losing it. Just because we diagnose doesn't mean we stop prevent those storage from losing it. You continue to lose on your own, okay? There hasn't been developed anything to stop losing it, right? So what we do is we have to replenish it. That's why we have to give you more, okay? So then that leads to, look at this. How about if you've been diagnosed, had the Parkinson's disease for 5 years, almost you don't have the 50% of 5 years after being on levodopa, you still start developing motor fluctuations, meaning you're going to experience the on and off period. And in about 10 years time, 7 to 8, almost all of you experience it. There is no one who said, I don't experience any off episodes. No. So even the first year, even very few patients, about 5% patients experience it. Why is that? Maybe diagnosis was that first year, but maybe symptoms began longer, but we don't know when, right? It could have been non-motor symptoms presented only at the time of diagnosis. You finally came to see the doctor, right? So just know that it's part of it. It's normal. It's not abnormal that you experience off episodes, okay? Just accept it. Just embrace it. Say, okay, off episodes are part of it, but guess what? I'm going to manage this. We have a way to manage it, okay? And we still have a lot of research going on, okay? Yeah. All right, yeah. And then this one is so that you can remember the therapeutic window is much larger in early disease. It's like, oof, like throwing a basketball, like there's so much big area to capture it. But as you progress it, plasma level concentration in advanced states is much narrower. So when you're outside of it, you have dyskinesia, blood pressure drops, you become more anxious. So because the narrow window, your time gets shorter, and that's why you're taking time from 3 times a day to 4 times, even 5 times, right? Some patients end up taking 6 times to a point where now later we need to have a continuous pump, subcutaneous pump, or like GI tubes to actually to have that steady level of carbidopa levodopa so we can keep you still continue to be active. Okay, so here off time, anybody can experience multiple times. You don't experience just once. It can be 1 or 10 times. It could be a few minutes to a few hours or longer than a few hours, okay? More than 90% of patients experience more than 1 episode a day, okay, after a few years. And more than 65% experience more than 2 hours, okay? And then because of the off episode, it actually prevents 50% of the patients from participating what they can do. So you end up canceling your dinner event. Yeah, you end up saying, oh, if the grandkids come over, and then they're like, no, this is not the right time, right? You want to go exercise, you want to take a stroll, you want to go shopping, you kind of alter your plan because of the Parkinson's off state, okay? So that's why I said, I want to keep you in an on state. And we have to be a team together. Without communicating openly and being open to options, your options are very limited, okay? So just be open to all the therapeutic options and say, okay, this is what I like, this is what I dislike. You discuss it and come up with a game plan, okay? Just like having a personal trainer, right? Yeah. And of course, Wendy emphasized this a lot, hydration. I totally get it. I also don't hydrate myself during the day. Why is that? Why do you think that I don't want to hydrate when I'm working? Exactly. I'm too busy. I'm like, oh, I hold and I just don't. I'm like, when I work, I said no food, no drinks, nothing. So imagine I do that from like 7:30 until like 5. I'm like, okay, maybe I do. So I totally get it. But you're retired. You have all the time. I wish I did. So I want you to really hydrate yourself. So sometimes the time flies, right? My parents tell me somehow time goes by so quickly. When you're young, time goes so slowly. And then when you're adult, you go, whoo, it's already noon. I just had a breakfast. No, not too long. It's already noon. And like, I just had lunch. I'm like, oh, it's already dinner time. She's like, I have no idea where time goes. I'm like, yes, the time flies, doesn't it? I think so. I think when I'm working, I'm like, oh my God, already a week gone by. It's already like July's around the corner. Wait a second. It was just cold not so long ago. So I totally get it. So when I see this, I tell my patients, at least the ones I say, take it on the hour. Like meaning if the 8 o'clock makes it easier, 8, 9, 10. Or if you like the half hour thing, 8:30, 9:30, 12:30. Every hour, just remind yourself to drink, hydrate. And then buy the one that motivates you to drink. If you're motivated by the beautiful wine glass, go ahead. If you're motivated by the shot glass, get the shot glass, so I have a little bit more of it. And drink it. Whatever you can do to motivate you. Drink whether it's a pretty glass or whatever to get you to think that, to trick your brain. Oh, I like drinking this. Then you can flavor that water. You can flavor with fruits or like mint or the celery or whatever that motivates you, then you could do it. If you want, I don't own any stocks in Gatorade, let me tell you. I don't even think that. But you can drink free Gatorade or the electrolyte water bound, especially if you sweat a lot. With the participation, when the off episode comes, you sweat a lot as well. Profuse sweating. So if you experience that, especially, you need to replace that with electrolytes. Okay, sodium and potassium. So that's what I want you to do. Okay, so flavor the water. Okay, can you all flavor the water? Because sometimes I don't like drinking water either. So I tend to flavor the water.
I like regular.
Yeah, okay. So if you like the regular water, great. But if you need to flavor it, cucumber, there's so many great ideas. Lemon, whatever. The men, I don't know, whatever that gets you motivated to drink that.
I'm
and
gonna
do
buy
that.
plastic wine glasses and beer glasses for you guys to drink water.
Yeah. And then maybe put the beautiful photo of something that motivates you. Whether your grandchildren, right? Or your children, looking at their photos, I'm like, okay, I want to live longer for them. I want to enjoy my quality time. Okay, I'm going to drink this, all right?
Yeah.
Hydrate.
Right.
Yeah, whatever that can get you motivated.
Does any liquid count?
Yes, any liquid counts, means even including soup. That counts. Yeah.
Not Yazo bars or ice cream.
No, not ice cream. I'm sorry. Smoothie counts, milkshake counts, yeah. Mhm. But you're diabetic, you have to lower the sugar content. But if you're at a point where I am diabetic, but yet I lost my appetite so much to a point where like I don't want to do anything, but I'm motivated by the shakes, then I say go ahead and enjoy nice, delicious shake. Okay. But then you have the Boost, Ensure, some of them has a vitamins, right? And then I think the Spanish section they have is that the Milo and something, right?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, some little powder. It's like with the chocolate taste, anything. And then it has a little bit of the minerals and vitamins with it. You can mix that as well. Okay. Just a little bit of boost to give you that energy. Regular intake. And then, yes, they always say, oh, the doctor said, don't take any proteins. No. I want you to do proteins. You're coming to exercise, not lose muscle. So I want you to have the proteins, but do not take the proteins with the carbidopa, levodopa. Okay. Together. No, you need to time that away. Okay. So even if you're having a protein bar, it's just a bar. I'm going to take the carbidopa, levodopa. No. You have to take it away because what you want to do, you want to maximize absorption, right? If you want to maximize it, I would probably recommend taking away from it. At least wait half an hour, if not more, if not an hour. Okay. And that counts also protein shakes as well. Okay. Safety tip, you have to warm up and cool down. So you can't just run over there and start punching. You have to slowly start. Oh, does Wendy not do that?
No, we won't.
Okay. Warm up. She's like laughing. I was like, do you not do that?
I'm
Okay.
laughing because there's some people that do that.
Yeah. Okay. So that means what happens? You have to arrive on time, right? So this exercise, just take it as coming to Wendy's class is special, important. Taking another medicine, okay? Which means you arrive early, get ready, settle down. You know you have already a bottle of water or other Gatorade, whatever you have, and you already know you check your pocket. Okay, I have extra half tablets, right? Or extra full tablets that you can bring. You have that ready, calm down. and then start warming up for it. You can do a little bit of breathing exercise, be prepared instead of running exactly at, I don't know what time you do exercise, 10?
9's our first class.
Okay, 9 o'clock instead of arriving. Oh, I just made it. It's 9 o'clock. Just arrive like 10 minutes early. Calm down. You know exactly when you're tired, where to go and sit down. You're prepared for it. Things prepare, when you're prepared, it's much better. Just so that you have a great day to have that opportunity to come today and then exercise. That's wonderful. Another thing to be grateful about. Okay. And then use assistive device. If somebody's walking in cane, using a cane and walker, do you have the patients with a cane and walker?
Yep.
Walkers? Yeah. Don't, ignore it. Just walk in with it and then have it available, assistive device. Okay. And then make sure this is well lit. So like this is meant for if you're exercising in your own at home, make sure it's well lit, then unclutter. And then stop activity if dizziness, chest pain, anything imbalance occurs. Okay. Don't overdo it. Okay, next one. Okay. This one I just added a little bit. Physical therapy. Great. Wendy has a wonderful program, but I always have a physical therapist check on my patients once a year. Even if you're doing so great, you just go there. I'm not asking you to do extensive 6 weeks program. Okay. If it's needed, yes. You go there, evaluate. You tell them, hey, in your professional eyes, opinion, how do I look? Do I look good? Do I need any help from the physical therapy side? And you tell them. But Wendy, I come here, I do this type of exercise. Can I incorporate something? Or do I really truly need a physical therapy? Okay. And they'll determine. If you ever feel that physical therapy has given you an exercise that's too intense when you're in a session, then like, for example, I had a patient who went, they said it was too intense. And the next 2 days, I actually stayed in bed. Like I didn't want to do anything. We don't want that. So you need to communicate that with the physical therapist. Okay, if it's too intense, you're like, oh, this is too much. Can you actually space it out? And then tell them, if you are coming here on a regular basis, you said, I also exercise with Wendy. Can you make this work? Because I don't want to skip Wendy's class because I do physical therapy. Okay, combining is the best way to do it. You don't do physical therapy, stop Wendy's class. You do both. Okay. All right. And then a home exercise. You went too far.
Oh, sorry. I thought you-
Wendy. Sorry. Okay. Okay. So home exercise plans is good. Let's say that you're traveling. So let's say you're going on a family trip, like a week. You're on a cruise for 2 weeks. I still want you to exercise. When you do that, still discuss with Wendy. I'm going away. Can you give me something so I can do it? I don't forget. So when you come back, because it's going to be harder for you, right? If you stop exercising for 2 weeks. So I tell Wendy, okay, I'm going to walk for half an hour. Okay, I can do a little bit of stationary bike. I can do things, right? And a hotel provides it. But when you're doing exercise, make sure your spouse or somebody's with you. Okay, so they're also exercising, but you're under close supervision. Okay, don't exercise alone. All right, okay. Long term, what does that mean? Set up realistic goals. You don't come to Wendy for 1 month and you stop. You're like, summer, let me enjoy. And then you go, oh, now comes fall, you start coming to Wendy. So consistency is the best long-term results. We don't take medicines 1 month and we stop it, right? And I said, exercise is just like taking another medicine. So it's important, keep doing it, the regular exercise. There is nothing better than exercising, particularly for Parkinson's patients. To teaching the brain, this is how I'm going to maintain my balance. This is what it is. Where are my arms? I'm building the muscles. We don't want you to look. And when you exercise, your appetite actually improves. Your sleep improves as well. And also the pain, right? Maybe there is no exercise pain with it, but stretching and with what you do with Wendy would be great. Yeah. So consistency, okay? Okay. Key takeaway. Exercise is a core component. Say to some medicine. Aim to exercise during on state. Okay. When you are near the wearing off, when you start feeling wearing off, what do? You discuss with your doctor and say, what can I do about this wearing off? Ask them. They'll give you specific instructions. Okay. What to do. do not exercise in your wearing off state. Okay, and then prepare for off symptoms with medications and hydrations and have the chair and then don't go outside and then always exercise. Yeah. And here is my contact info at Centera. Okay, I have a PA working with me, the coordinator. And then I am at EVMS as well, Goldrich. So I see patients both places. Okay.
Can you go back to the first slide?
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, EVMS and then thank you. So I'm here, I'm open for any questions. Yes.
So sorry.
No, go ahead.
So my neurologist, I saw her 2 weeks ago and she felt like I wasn't getting enough dopamine. I was on the lowest dose 3 times a day.
Mhm.
So we talked about it. We adjusted my medicine to start at 7, noon, 5, and 10 p.m.
Mhm.
So I find that on Wednesday, when I do rock steady boxing from 10 to 11, about the last 20 minutes of class, I get very fatigued. So I should talk with her about maybe taking a half of a dose.
I think so. Or yeah, you say 12, then you can move up half an hour, right?
Okay. Because when I drive home, I'll come.
Yeah. No. So I think 8.5 or move up that time only for that day when you're exercising.
Okay.
And I think that's okay.
Okay.
And then when you move up, you'll see whether you are wearing off way too sooner for the next dose. See that pattern. Compare it. Yeah. And yes.
What are your thoughts on supplements? You know, for example, mushrooms now, lion's mane, really.
No, that's not science. Evidence-based. Don't ask me anything that's off the topic. I don't know. Lion's mane. Oh, poor lion. Kill that lion. Oh,
It's a
mushroom. Oh, yeah, I don't even know what that is. I was like, I think you're killing the lion. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, actually, the lion's mane mushrooms
Oh, I have no idea.
are purported to open up neuron paths.
I really don't know. I mean, if I hear that, see, here's the thing. If I go to meetings, right, Parkinson International, so Parkinson's neurologist, right, is a very small community. I wish I had brought it, but it's like this thick textbook, but then what they talk about. But anyways, there are too many of us in the world. So we have an international meeting. So we have all the experts. We get gathered together for this meetings, annual meeting. And of course, from all over the world, and the mushrooms, if I hear it, we'll know because we'll talk about it if it really works. But for now,
And things like moringa, turmeric.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
That are powerful antioxidants.
Yes.
Anti-inflammatories.
Right. But you have to take such a high amount of it. Right. But if you ask me how high amount, I wouldn't know. All I know is that it has to be very potent and high for it. Yeah. Yes.
Go ahead.
Oh, well, 2 things, doctor, and Barry's your patient.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
We'll
sorry.
see you Tuesday.
Yeah.
Just an example with his Rytary medication. We had an outdoor pool party last night. It was very hot.
Mhm.
He took medication at 5.
Mhm.
And by
Yeah.
correct, and by 6:30, I could hardly get him to walk back to our condo, and it was where we live.
Yeah. Then I say that do you have the carbidopa, the short acting one?
Yeah,
Yeah. Then you could give it extra. Half.
but that's supposed to work for 6 hours.
Sometimes what happens is that when that happens, it's called unpredictable off. You're supposed to last 3, 4, 5 hours. And all of a sudden it only worked an hour and a half. What happened here, right? If it's not occurring on a regular basis, it's probably on that time is because also you have to look at it. Remember, if you don't empty your GI, your GI system has to move, right? Let's say if you haven't, you have to review it. Have I had a bowel movement? If you have been not had it, that also impacts your absorption of it. That's why I say, please have bowel movement every day. Every day, not twice a day. Just keep moving that one. And also, around that time of the medication, have I been eating lots of protein, right? Or a high sugar content sometimes interfere with it. So you have to see, oh, maybe I did enjoy this. And that's what happens. And when you're also dehydrated, you feel a lot worse. So you have to look at variables, okay? And then you go, okay, I'll just take extra half tablet and see if that kicks in. Okay.
My other question, comment is, I read briefly that there's, medication for cancer patients that now is supposed to be good for Parkinson's.
Yeah, that study has been going on. Yeah. But I don't think that it's approved. It's still in clinical trials. Once it's approved, I'll be the one also bringing it in here. So, I just want to make sure that when I start, that other sites have started, that we don't have significant side effects. It's safe, and I'll start that. I know. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, the medication, is primarily for tremors or fatigue.
No, the medications works to improve your tremor, improves your rigidity, stiffness. It improves your slowness. Okay, medication does not necessarily improve the gait and balance. What improves it?
Exercise.
Okay, yeah. So you have 3 things that could improve. Okay, so you should notice it when I say, "Hey, is the medicine working and on state?" You're gonna be able to say 3 things. Yes, it helped my tremor. If you tend to have a tremor, not everybody has a tremor, right? Oh yes, I become a little bit faster. I'm not that slow. That's on state. Yes, my stiffness, the rigidity, ooh, it's stiff. That gets better. I feel like I'm moving a little bit better. That's what you want. That's what it helps. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
So I know you don't want to talk about supplements, but I've been trying one just recently. I'm in my 12th year and I slowed down this year. I got slowed. I got a lot of bradykinesia. Everything got worse this year. And in this week, for the first time, I tried something called nattokinase, which I read about on the internet. And it worked. And it helped me, but I only got a sample size of 2. I've taken 2 pills so far. But I definitely sped up.
Okay.
So I'm gonna play with it. But
But if you ask for my own opinion about it, I don't know. Yeah, like that's the thing. Like, because I wasn't trained in it, and that's not quite a lot of, because we have a world, all the neurologists who specialize in Parkinson's patients come together, we discuss it. And that's not the topic that we talk about, right? We would know if I hear it. But if the patient said, I tried this supplement, it would really help, great, it worked, you can afford it. Sure, I'm not going to be there to say, don't take it. Because if you're telling me that it's beneficial and you can afford it, sure. But am I going to then recommend my patient, hey, try this, somebody else tried it, works for you? I wouldn't be able to do it. Okay.
That
Yeah.
brings us to the controversial pot.
No, no pots.
What pot?
No pots,
Big pot?
no pots.
What about
Gummies?
CBD?
What about gummies?
I don't, because I know this world-renowned researcher, she's in Canada. She actually studied a lot with the CBD oil, she really did. And she said that still it affected your cognition, right? She's still against it, even though this has a very low, I don't recommend it. But if you go ahead and say, I'm gonna take it because it's gonna help with the sleep, I'm not going to say stop, prevent you, but it still affects your cognition. Yeah, I think that's why there was a study done and she still found it. And that was several years ago, she still didn't recommend it. And when I go to meetings, they don't go, yes, start using CBD for the sleep. Only occasionally, certain patients I do, but you have to meet certain criteria and there are few. Yeah,
So
because that
CBD doesn't have THC in it, it's just CBD.
yeah, but the regulation varies, right? So we study rigorously, medical community. So even if you say, like our fruits and vegetables are organic, yay, it's organic. But our standards compared to outside of the US, you think they're the same? What do you think?
No.
Of course not, right? They're even more rigorous. Some of our organic fruits and vegetables will not pass in Europe and Asia,
Wow.
okay? Yeah. So I want you to know that, like CBD, depending on what regulation teaches, is it completely free of THC? No, it's not. That's what they learn. It's not completely free of it. They can claim it so minute, but imagine the accumulation of it, right? That's why I say, I want to protect it and let's find a way, what's preventing you from having a good sleep? Let's find the cause of it. Let's get to it. Okay. Yes.
How much,
Barry, you're,
Gatorade do you have to drink?
Huh?
You talked about, water, liquid,
Oh,
24 ounces a day, some people don't need.
no, it's more than that.
64.
That's a lot. So that's why I said every on the hour, just get your, whatever your favorite, glass, whatever it turns out to be, and then just have that.
How much
hydrate.
is it? A teaspoon, a tablespoon?
What?
64 ounces.
66 a gallon.
Oh, every hour?
8 ounces.
8 ounces
During the day, during the day.
minimum.
2 of these.
Every hour?
2 of these.
Roughly, like when you take your meds and then throughout.
And then when you're taking the meds, also have a goal. This is what I do. Just get in the habit of drinking a full glass with your medication. When I see my patients take the medicine in front of me, 2 sips, and I go, 2 sips. It's stuck here.
Yeah.
Probably. You want to get it down to your stomach so that it can start working. Dissolve it, mix it, and then move through your GI system, right? Small intestine. Okay, that's where it gets absorbed.
Vicky.
Yes.
As the neurons, the dopamine neurons decrease.
Yeah.
Is there ever a time in the human body where you're not producing any dopamine, you're done, you're all dead?
No, I think you have a little bit residual. By the time you have already symptoms, you have maybe close to 20% remaining, and they slowly losing it all.
Or you never
Yeah.
lose it all?
I don't think so. You still have something, but you could be 1%, 2%, but then there is no study done, right? To see, how much percent. There is no machine to have, okay, you have 20%. You have 15%. We don't know that, right?
Well, I know that the exercise helps, does it help making pathways?
Yeah, it helps make 2 pathways so they can make synapses and all
Does
that.
it bring back any of the old?
No, it doesn't.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
I think I heard you say, my experience has been, I've got pretty strong on-off periods. There's no question whatsoever, medication kicks back in. And I noticed on a recent trip that, when we would be going on a long walk, it would seem like it would wear off sooner that way. And so that's when you're saying to anticipate having some extra medication.
Yes, rescue. That's when I call it rescue medicine. Okay. So you always have to like key change something. Where I have a patient, like men wears the belt, the buckle, right? You always carry something right here, right? Women always little purse, right? Don't we? We always put on lipstick. So yeah, you can have something like small, put it in a purse. Always carry that extra. Never have it empty. Okay.
All right, I got one from somebody online. They said, let me go back. Let me go back to it. What exercises have been shown to be most effective for improving symptoms besides boxing and ballroom dancing?
I don't think that there's any particular exercise. All exercise provides you, but you have to combine with stretching, cardiac, muscle strengthening, right? Because you are at high risk of falls, right? So what do I need to do also? Your bone. Bone is only going to get stronger when you exercise. Because if bone is constantly, the calcium osteoclast and osteoblast, always breaking down and creating a new bones. And that's what you want, the remodeling. You don't want to keep the old bones. They're constantly doing it. So that's what you need the exercise for. Okay.
And for Parkinson's symptoms specifically is force intent. So boxing is one, but then your power moves, but we're doing bigger movements, faster movements. And then she's got one more.
Is calcium.
Yes, calcium supplement, vitamin D. Without the vitamin D, calcium does not work
I
to
do.
build it. Mhm. Calcium D. And then everybody make sure your vitamin B6 level is also good as well. Okay.
Are there any local clinical studies to participate in?
I would like to bring one. I'm going to have one clinical trials where I study. There's no medicine yet, but that's also to study the natural history of Parkinson's patients. So we follow you up, how you develop, how you progress. It's a natural course, but what they're doing is the company trying to see where is the stem cell research is viable in the future. So if you want to be participating in that to support that study, let me know. Okay.
Hold on, Wayne.
Are you taking patients?
Yes, more so at EVMS.
Okay, that's.
Yeah.
I'm a twin, and it seems to me that that would be a good comparison. Like my twin has had a very different life than I have. Had a lot of international travel, living overseas, and a lot of gut piles, so to speak. And my twin has remained in a very pristine environment, you know, and no symptoms
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah, he doesn't have it, so I think you're probably, yeah. So that's the only one study that I'm starting. It's called Natural History of Parkinson's Disease. Okay, that would be very, and then that's why I'm gonna get motivate you to live long for me. Because this study is long. Minimum 5 years, if not 8,
Sharon,
10 years.
Sharon, have a question?
To travel to Las Vegas, I get anxiety just thinking about it. What can I do to alleviate that?
So
Talk
I would
about
probably say,
anxiety.
I'm not, I hope I'm not your physician.
No.
Okay, anyways, I would probably say, what's causing you that anxiety, right? When you get anxious thinking about the trip, then you have to think about what's causing, because you're saying that normally you're not anxious, right? Here, but you're thinking about Las Vegas, and you have to think about it, write it down, what's causing you. Then I,
Airplane, fly, people, travel.
why people in crowd or airplane is making you anxious? Is it because of how you're gonna be perceived? Or because you're afraid of this motor symptoms is getting in the way, that people are gonna push you, you're gonna fall? There's a various ways that we need to find out what is exactly causing that anxiety, right? Yeah.
The variety of things.
Yeah, so I would probably have you then discuss with your neurologist, sit down, and I'm having this trip. Can you help me better prepare for this? They could help come up with a plan for it. Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Is there something we should be taking with our dosage, not protein, but like, juice or a cookie or milk or something?
No cookie.
No cookies.
No juice. Juice is like mixed with water just to flavor it. So then I could encourage you to take it. Then okay. But if you tell me that I take my medicine with milk and juice, no. No. And I could allow you to take it with diet ginger ale because you get queasy, right? Oh, yeah, I'm like, ugh, I hate it. Then go ahead, I'm okay with it. Like Diet Coke, right? But not regular Coke. But if you're like, I hate Diet Coke, it's so artificial, then mix with a little bit of the regular. It's okay. But it's that high sugar also, I don't like it. Or you can go ahead and do that. And then if you get queasy and nausea, take it with pretzel and saltine crackers, but no cheese, no peanut butter. But there are some delicious, what was it, saltine crackers. I find some of them are so good, I just eat plain. You just have the good saltine crackers. Yeah. Then one I like is that we made it plain or something, but you find them particularly in the organic stores. If you go, You have to try several kinds, but they're really good. I don't want to bring you the brands because they're gonna say, "Oh, she has such a bad taste. She doesn't. I don't like hers." So I won't. Okay, maybe I should go like that, but I have pretty good taste. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions?
I have one.
Yeah.
I read an article just recently that in the US,
Mhm.
farmers use a chemical to spray on crops called paraquat.
Yes.
It comes from China. And we're one of the only nations in the world that uses it, and there's a connection to Parkinson's with it.
Yes.
Why don't we outlaw it? I mean, China doesn't.
Why don't we get together?
China doesn't.
Write something.
China doesn't use it in their country.
Right.
But they sell it to us.
Right.
Yeah, and the UK. That's something that's in the Congress now. I think some states are already banning it.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that I went to DC for was and the paraquat. So
Okay.
Yeah.
it's up to the states, I think, and
Yeah.
then your
I
so
think
basically
so.
write your representative and say,
Yeah.
"Ban-"
Right. Be
Well,
politically
it's a little late for
active.
me.
No, write your representative.
Be politically active. Seriously, the insurance, companies have so much power controlling our medicines.
Yeah.
Right? They're expensive. So I think Parkinson's community needs to come together and then voice it. So you can have all the medication be available and have the support, and so that
Okay.
we can actually slow the progression. And what we're looking for is a cure, right?
Yeah.
That's why some are also even doing stem cell research. Could this be a possible? It's going on. Yeah. So there are options. And then surgical management, we have a continuous infusion. Don't be afraid of it. And then we have a surgical options. We have a focused ultrasound to treat the tremor, okay, for now. And then I think in a year, we might be able to treat their Parkinson's.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh.
which would be really awesome.
Well-
And then we have a DBS. Yes. And then we have which I'll be doing. I'm doing the rest tremor. If your tremor is really bad, I'm bothered by it, I can go ahead and do that. And then you have a deep brain stimulation surgery. Okay, that's done by Dr. Clark. But when you have a deep brain stimulation surgery, you cannot get the focus ultrasound.
You cannot get what?
The
Focus ultrasound. You can get the focus ultrasound, get the DBS, but you can't do the DBS and get the focus ultrasound.
The focus ultrasound.
So that's an option. That's happening in Europe, and they have seen some pretty good results. And this is prelim data that I'm sharing that with you. So there's some hope, right? Yeah.
So Centera Neurology in Virginia Beach, do they do the focused ultrasound?
Yes.
They've started that?
I
just
do.
Talk to my person.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's for rest tremor right now, and it would improve some of the bradykinesia and rigidity. But actually, to treat the entire Parkinson's, right, both sides are happening, is not until next year. But if you say, I have this restaurant, can you do something about it? We can do something about it. The only thing is you have to completely shave your head. Then I say, no, they're wearing wigs.
There goes all the women.
Well, I had a woman who wore a wig, and then she had fun, actually. She didn't want it. I had this in Indiana. And she actually had a couple of wigs. She was having fun with it and liked it. And it actually comes back. It's a thing. Hair grows back. But remember, you don't want to miss the opportunity, right? Because if your cognition start declining, having hallucinations, these surgical options are out. Okay? Yeah, so you have to time it right. Okay? If you miss it, then I can't offer it.
My question, if you had DBS and you decided you wanted to focus ultrasound, could they take the DBS and then get the ultrasound or no?
No, the
Completely.
surgeons will not remove DBS unless you had a very bad complication. So yeah, you're stuck with the DBS. Okay. So, yeah, go ahead.
My last question. Cost, it's outrageous, the amount of money that you pay every month, do we have? RX, prescription drugs, it's like, what are we paying now?
That's Viteri, right?
$1,000.
It's crazy expensive.
You get new drugs that, and on the market very long, and they jack the price way up. It's absurd. Like, I'm assuming.
I think what they do is that they only have 5 years to sell that under the brand,
Yeah.
right? So what they do is that they try to make the most money of it because they invest that much money into research. Research is so expensive, and then our advertisement is so expensive in the US, right? So they're trying to recoup as much money as possible in that time, and I think that's what's happened.
Must be the only one. There's a problem.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, and then that's what I get frustrated. I get frustrated with it. But yeah, fortunately, focus ultrasound and DBS are covered nicely, right? So that is the thing. It's like, yeah, you cover these expensive surgeries, not significant problems, and yet when it comes to medicine, that's slightly less expensive, you have more issues.
There is one, supplement that's been proven in small clinical trials to improve motor function in Parkinson's patients.
Mhm.
It's called, acetylcysteine.
Oh, yeah, that's been always going on. Yeah.
And I spoke to a neurologist at ACU Lupus Disorder Center, and he said it's the only one he recommends to his patients.
Yeah. And acetylcysteine, if the patient wants to get it, I do it. I was at Georgetown, we did that for some patient who wants to try, but we did not prescribe that. We did not recommend that to all the patients.
What's it called?
And acetylcysteine.
What's
It's
it?
NAC for short. Anywhere, wherever
What
you get
does it do?
supplements, you can get it.
It helps with Parkinson's motor symptoms and assisted, but I didn't go into it because I mean, that was like, what, 10 years ago. And yeah, that was during the study period of time, but
It showed improved dopamine function in some
Yeah.
patients.
but it's not like, oh, it's great. This replaces like other medicines.
No,
It's not that way.
we were said the 10 to 13%.
Yeah.
In some function.
For me, you can do the 10 to 13% improvement by coming to exercise every day.
Yeah, there you go.
I got one last question on, it was, for sleep disorders, what do you recommend? Like taking magnesium or?
It depends on what sleep disorder you have. Magnesium is great because it helps you move, have a bowel movement, because it makes your stool softer, right?
Which
help-
type of magnesium? Which one?
Magnesium, I like the liquid one, not the tablet.
Is it citrate or?
Yes, or
Magnesium citrate?
citrate or the
That's
glycinate.
it.
I don't know, whichever it's in the liquid one.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, the absorption is much better when you take it in liquid, but you have to keep it in the refrigerator and cover that magnesium so that it doesn't oxidize. That one, magnesium is good. Also, magnesium is good for any muscle cramps, relaxes the muscles. Also good for the nerves as well.
She thinks it's citrate.
Well,
All right, well, thank you
Okay.
so much, Stephanie. Thank you. You're welcome. Look forward to spending your Saturday with us. We appreciate it. There's coffee and snacks. Go
Yeah.
grab before you leave.
Wendy.
Hold on one sec.
is-
All right, hold on one sec.